What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video I'm going to show you how to draw and color a creature from the Arcane League of Legends mod from Among Us. Let's get started at the very top of our page with the visor. We're going to start on the left side, draw a curve going up towards the top, and we'll bend that down on the right side. Now let's round up the side of the visor, curving around and then in. And we'll close off the bottom with a straight line. Now from here we're going to move down and draw the top edge of the mouth. From the outside of the visor, let's step down. We're going to curve up, round out the mouth, and then bend that down towards the corner. And then from here we're just going to work our way along the bottom of the tongue. Start by going out, and then bend that down, round out the bottom, and then go straight out towards the left. Now from the corner of the mouth, we're going to step in and draw that center seam of the tongue. We're going to go up, round out the top, and then bend that down. Now we're going to move over towards the left, draw the back side of the tongue going up, and then bend that down. Bend this back out toward the tip of the tongue. Now let's round out the end, just connecting the ends. Let's go back up to the top and draw in the fangs. Starting from the outside, curve this down and in, go in and then up, leaving a gap along the top. Now we're going to draw 3 more, working our way over towards the right. So come down, and up. And we'll add 1 more on the end. Now from these 3 points, we're going to draw in the gum line. Curving up and out, go back to the bottom, and then come in towards the top. And do the same thing to each 2. Let's go back to the outside of the mouth. Just going to round this out and come in, and we'll bend that down on top of the tongue. Now to close off the side of the head, let's start from the bottom of the visor. We're going to go out, bend this around and in, and then pull that down in behind the tongue. Let's add a curve for the back of the throat. Starting on the left side of the tongue, go up, and then bend that back down. Now let's add some folds underneath the tongue. Starting from the outside, curve this in, then up, and then we'll bend that out. Now we come down towards the bottom, curve down, and bend that up, and then add a slight curve going out. Let's go back to the corner of the mouth. I'm just going to round this out, and then bend that in, aiming towards this line. And we'll add 1 more fold, stepping out, come down, and then bend that in. Let's go back up to the top of the visor and close off the head. Starting from the left side, go up, round out the head, come across, and then bend that down towards the back. Now let's layer in the right arm. From this line, we're going to step back, curve in, and then down. Step in, curve the foot, going in, and then around towards the bottom. Go across, round out the heel, and then pull that back in. Now we're going to step back on the outside for the back of the arm, going around, up, and then in. Let's separate the toes. Starting on the outside, go up and in, leave a gap, and draw that again. Let's take this foot and flip it over on the left side. So we're going to line this up, start by curving in, and then bend that back out. Round out the bottom of the foot, going up and then in towards the heel. And then in between the feet, draw a straight line. And then on top of the left foot, curve out and then up underneath the head. Let's go to the outside of the heel, step out, curve out, and then up. Now I'm going to separate out the toes. Start with that curve on the inside, leave a gap, and draw that again. Let's draw the hind foot sticking out along the side. Start from the top, curving this out, and then bending that in, and it will separate out the toes with 2 curves. Now I'm going to draw the hind leg on the right side. I'm going to line this up, step out, curve this out towards the back, and then bend that back in. And then from here, we're going to step in, curve this up and in. Let's go to the bottom of the heel, curve the hind foot, coming down, up, and then in behind the leg. And it'll separate out the toes, again with 2 curves. Now we're going to move up to the back of the head and draw the back of the body. From here we're going to step up, curve this out, come down, and then bend that in. And we'll add a few bumps along the back of the leg. Start with a C shape along the top, and add just a few more along the bottom. Now you want to place those mushrooms along the back. Let's start from the side, start with a curve going out, and then bend that in, almost like a half circle. Go back up to the top, add a seam, coming around, and then down. Let's add a smaller one along the top, starting from the back of the head, going up, and then down, and then from that same point, going up, and then in. Let's add a large one in between, starting from the top, going up, down, and then in, and I'll move in and add in that seam. And I'll add one more along the top, going up, bending that down, step in, and add that seam. Now I'm going to add some spots along the top of each mushroom. Let's start from the bottom, draw a half circle along the inside, and one along the bottom. Now I'm going to go up and do the same thing. Add a few smaller spots. Let's add in the stems. Starting down here, draw a half circle going up and down, and add a couple lines going up and out. Let's do the same thing along here. Add a small half circle, and then add a couple lines, and do the same thing along the top. And there we have it. That's how we draw a creature from the League of Legends mod. Now let's grab some markers and I'll show you how to color this in. Let's begin by adding a long highlight along the top of the visor. Starting right in the middle with this bright blue, go all the way around, and then back up, and then we'll fill the outside with this blue. And with a slightly darker blue, we're going to add a shadow across the bottom of the visor. Let's use this medium brown to fill in the body, working our way around the mouth and the visor. Now with the slightly darker brown, we're going to cast a shadow on the right side of the head. And we'll add that shadow across the arms, and then the hind leg. Let's go across the back, and then over on the left side. Now with our light yellow, we're going to fill the center of the body. And then adding that shadow across the right side. Just fill the back of the throat with this dark red, and then the inside of the mouth with this medium red. We're going to fill the entire tongue in with this bright pink. And then casting a shadow with this darker pink. Let's fill in the bottom of these mushrooms. And we'll fill in the spots with this bright green. And then with this darker green, we'll go around those spots and the top of the mushrooms. I'm going to go back with this warm gray and fill the inside of each tooth. And then going back to our pink, we'll fill in the gum line. And that's pretty much it. That's how we draw and color our monster from the League of Legends mod. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single day. You can also drop your requests in the comments below. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.